Here we are, over the line for Tuesday, November 25th, 2025. He's Tracy Broussard. I'm Jeff Stone. And we have a lot to talk about, but we might have to cut it short. So I'm going to let you know that up front because I am waiting for a vehicle to get done with some work, and they're supposed to be calling me, so we'll see what happens. But
it's the rape van, right? You're waiting for the rape van, right?
Can't say that.
Oh, sorry.
You got to say grape.
Grape van. What kind of modifications are you making? I'm really freaked out by this.
Well, see, what I want to do is I want to be able to have a seat that's in the van that comes out the side, by the driver's side, goes down to the ground. I can get in it. It brings me back up to the van, and then it also has a lift for the chair. So what it's going to do is it's going to be better for me than to travel to Smyrna, Tennessee to visit friends. And
you don't have any friends in Smyrna?
Like maybe every other weekend or something like that,
Just or drive to Louisiana to go to the Mosquito Festival?
Or drive to Louisiana to go to Mosquito Fest, or else drive to Louisiana also to see my new home, which will be built hopefully. We figured that out maybe today or this week. I guess we're figuring that out, right?
I'm going to look at mobile mansions this afternoon.
All right. So make sure it's got an extension onto it for me.
We'll be able to get you up in there. And
so I don't know if I could live in Louisiana during the hot season, though.
Just stay inside.
All right. But still be kind of hot. So big week. You got to be really happy, right? I know this week's a real big week too. We talked about it, the next 3 weeks. Well, we got one game down, and it's going to be, Kansas City's going to be tough now. All of a sudden they beat the Colts when they shouldn't have. Colts had that one, but
in classic Kansas City fashion, they made it work. They pulled it out.
Cowboys showed me something with that defense in the second half. They showed me something.
Yeah. Jeff, I know that you've been in a lot of relationships with females.
One.
No, there's more than one. Well, you can't. Yes, one, but multiple times with one. Because you and this person.
That's somebody in your band.
No. The person I'm talking about is that it's just like the Cowboys relationship that I have.
Okay.
Been around. The relationship has been on and off again for decades.
Right.
Just when you think you're fine, you get that text. And then you're like, okay, I guess we'll go ahead and maybe rekindle this thing. But you're cautious.
Right.
But then
got to always be cautious.
Yes. Then things are really, really good. And the euphoria is back. You're like, oh, man, this is a great relationship. This will be different than every other one I've ever been in. This is where I am with the Cowboys right now.
Okay.
The fire's burning. I'm excited. But history is destined to repeat itself.
You weren't excited. You weren't excited when it was 21-zip, though.
Luckily, I was about 10 Bud Lights in at Buffalo Wild Wings in Karen Crow with my brother, my other brother, my nephew, my buddy Carrie, who used to work at UL, and my nephew. Both nephews were there. But I was like, okay, seen this before. And then all of a sudden, you get the text that, hey, come on over. I love you.
Yeah.
I've got a meal cooked. Wear something skimpy.
So there you go. And that's what happened.
The Cowboys are skimpy. They are wearing some sexy clothes right now. I'm thinking, oh, man, it is on right now. We got a big date coming up Thursday. I'm doing all my grooming, ready for the game.
In Kansas City or in Dallas?
Oh, it's always in Dallas for Thanksgiving.
In Dallas for Thanksgiving. So that's one good thing. In Dallas.
Yeah.
And Jerry was very, very happy. Very happy. with the win over Philadelphia.
Well, he should be.
Because I could see coming out of his lips was Micah who is what he was saying. And it's like Jerry
He was
said,
saying a lot of things. He says a lot of things. But isn't it crazy how there's so many levels to this fandom of the Cowboys? We think Jerry's crazy. It's looking like, well, maybe he isn't.
Right.
Maybe he knew this all along. And it is so amazing to me how, thankfully, to a lot of therapy and a lot of soul searching, I've tended to disconnect from being a true Cowboys fanatic.
But you still are.
I'm a fan, but I'm also realistic.
I mean, you're not beating up furniture anymore.
No, I don't want to ruin the furniture.
So you've grown up a lot in the last few years.
And I have seen multiple things happen.
Right.
And once again, here we are.
But you never seen this. 21 points down.
No, I haven't. It did show a lot. Very galvanizing victory. But once again, I'm glad that we couldn't do the show yesterday. There's a 24-hour rule, right?
Right.
So I'm over it.
Okay.
We're moving on to Kansas City.
Ready for Kansas.
We'll still talk about the Cowboys' victory. That was awesome.
Right.
There was a lot of things that they showed me. Biggest thing that I saw was the improvement on defense. Didn't think it was going to happen, but the addition of Quinn and Williams, holy moly, with him and Kenny Clark.
Yeah.
All right. We might.
What did I tell you?
We held Saquon to 26 yards.
Yeah, 26.
Are you kidding?
And who told you that would happen if they started playing well up front with those two?
I mean, it didn't make sense. And then, you go to, all right, well, was it, and we talked about the Eagles. Their margin for error is really, really thin. Their offense hasn't looked that good. You scored 21 points in the first half, and that was it.
That was nothing else.
That's surprising. Now, the thing is it because of Philadelphia's offense or Dallas's defense?
I think it was both, but I think Philadelphia was not ready for that upfront defense of Dallas Cowboys. That's what I think.
I mean, it was amazing to watch that. I mean, that touchdown before the half gave me hope. And then it's like it never really happened. Dak Prescott scoring the tying touchdown. You can't write a better script than that. So, am I crowning him? No. But it's encouraging. And
Nope.
I think if we get to 10 wins, we have a shot to get in the playoffs. If we get to 11, which means we win the rest, we win out, we're in. Now, I don't think we win the division, but that's way down the road. Next game is Kansas City. It's going to be a challenge because, like we talked about, I'm never counting Kansas City out until they don't make the playoffs.
Right.
And that win against the Colts showed us that the Kansas City Chiefs are who we said they were. They're not suddenly going to suck.
Little help from the officials yet. But you know what discouraged me about the Dallas game at the end is watching CeeDee Lamb being upset when he dropped the ball. It went right through his old bread basket.
Yeah, hit him in the worst spot. Right.
But I'll tell you what, having Georgie and CeeDee, I mean, let's face it, they should be tearing it up against Kansas City, but Kansas City don't have many cornerbacks left to play them. So, and if you're going to double any one of them, Ferguson's going to have the day of his career.
Well, he had a drop too, and I was a little nervous when he went on 4th and goal from the 4. And I was freaking out, Jeff, because I'm thinking, take the points, please. Because Philly hasn't done crap the whole second half.
I wanted him to take the points there too.
But we get a stop, and My MVP.
But then Aubrey missed one too.
Okay. When he missed, I told my nephew, I'm glad he missed it now because he won't let that happen again.
Okay.
And what did he do? Nailed it. My MVP of the game, Elijah Clark, number 38, on special teams. Are you kidding me?
He made the play of the game. He really did. I mean, talk about a momentum changer. Oh, my.
Oh, my. And then it was like that was a clinic in that one play on not giving up and special teams execution. Yep. Who recovers the fumble? Trent Sieg, the long snapper. Are you kidding me?
And everybody loves the long snapper.
Yeah. You only talk about him when they do something bad.
Right. And that was good. Getting down there.
So great. Awesome. I've seen wins like this where I'm high for like 4 days and we them boys and all that. We got done with the game. Cool. That's awesome. We needed that win. We got to play Kansas City.
Did you go to the pickleball court right away?
I did not. It was dark.
Okay. All right.
And it's not lighted yet, but I talked to the mayor of Kankton, Kevin Colligan.
Okay.
For next year's festival, they will have lights up.
Really?
Yes.
So are we going to be able to be like judges for food or something like that for the mosquito?
I hope so.
Because I would like that. Maybe bring out a bunch of crawdaddies and see which ones are the best.
Jeff, you will get run out of town if you call them crawdaddies. You got to learn. If they're going to, maybe they'll have like a parade and we could be the grand marshals.
There we go. How far are we away from Lafayette then?
15 minutes.
So will that be the same time as Young Up Day?
Another thing that'll run you out of town is saying that.
What? Young Up?
It's Lanyap.
Lanyap. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Right. Not Yum Yum Days or whatever you were calling them.
Young Up.
No, God. Anyways.
Well, that's what I thought it was.
Okay, but here's the thing, Jeff. Now, you've probably seen Mardi Gras parades, right?
Can we bring Annie?
Angie?
Annie.
Agar? Oh, no. She probably won't come. Angie might.
No, we'll bring Annie Agar, and she'll come down and she'll judge something too.
We have a better shot of Angie coming.
Angie Agar is not going to come.
No, Angie can't go because she can't leave the county, right? Anyway, so you know how they have Mardi Gras parades, right?
Yeah.
And the people on the floats throw beads, right?
You're going to lift up your shirt, I bet.
No. But if we do the parade in Kankton, you might get to see. Yeah.
There we go. All right. Well, I think we should be the grand marshals then.
All right. I'll work on that.
Work on that.
I think
so that'll be in September?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll clear my schedule in September.
You should. And make sure you're legally okay to travel.
Yeah, I can travel.
Because you'll have the rape van and you can make the trip.
Grape van?
No, rape.
You can't say that on YouTube.
Is it a white van with no windows? Because that's
no. It's not. It's got windows. It's got like a bunch of windows.
Are they dark tinted?
They're tinted, but not dark.
What color is it?
The van?
Yeah.
It's like they call it a metallic gray or something.
Okay. That's not as bad as white.
It changes kind of color. It goes like to light gray to dark gray to.
Did it used to be an ice cream truck? An ice cream van?
No, there's no ice cream van. It's a regular van, Chrysler Pacifica van.
Okay.
And it's going to have a nice lift in it now. And
like a hydraulic where it does this stuff?
Yeah. It's going to actually it's going to rumble a little bit when it goes down.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So we could probably use that as the parade vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to it. So is this right in Kankton?
Yes.
All right.
It's like
is there any
100 yards from my mom and dad's house.
Is there any hotels in Kankton?
There's Airbnbs.
Okay. All right.
Well, you're going to stay at my mom and dad's camp.
I'm not going to stay at no camp. I got to have showers and
No, there's a
bed.
shower, and
Okay.
it's all one level, and there's only one bed, so we'll have to bunk up, but it'll be fine.
Well, why can't you stay by mom and dad?
Because I'm worried about you being by yourself.
I think I could handle it.
I mean, we could figure that out.
You know, I don't think I need somebody, hanging out, when it's night time.
Oh, so you're thinking that you're going to meet a friend or something? Oh, you'll have a friend with you.
No, I won't have no friend with me, but I will maybe meet somebody.
Oh,
I mean,
you need it.
Yeah.
You need a good Cajun girl. You want to talk about somebody that'll set you right.
See, she could make me some gumbo or whatever it's called.
I think you said gumball.
What is it?
Gumbo.
Oh, gumbo. And what's that other stuff you talk about?
There is crawfish etouffee. There's boudin.
Boudin.
Not boudin.
Oh.
Boudin.
Okay. Is that like pudding passes? Boudin?
Sounds like it, but it's not. It's two totally different things. But you can tell a lot about a woman by the way they eat boudin.
Really?
Yes.
All right. Let's hear that real quick before we get into a week of this last week.
If they bite on it, you don't want nothing. That's all I'm saying.
That's the only thing you got to watch for?
Yeah. And then you can figure the rest out.
Okay. All right. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
People sit there and they go, boy, those two, they don't talk just football.
No.
It's life experiences.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. I want to get, what I'm going to do is, because I got this one question that's burning.
What's burning?
I missed it for 3 weeks now, and I got hit up again.
Somebody put some medicine on that thing.
Here we go. Somebody has asked me to ask you this question, and it's about your real job. Okay, so put that helmet on for just a minute.
Okay.
Before we go back to we're going to talk about the whole week games and then talk about Thursday's games. So this is their question. When you first started out with that guy from Ada, Oklahoma, I think we can go back to like when you first started out being on the country stages, okay? And you're traveling with, who was it? Morgan, then you had Cindy Thompson, Jamie O'Neill, and then Blake Shelton.
Don't forget Shane Miner.
Oh, yeah, Shane Miner.
Yeah.
What they want to know, though, is how hard is it to be on the road? Now, this is to be on the road, because in the beginning you had to play more than just 35 dates a year.
Yeah.
How hard is it to do that when you have a wife and kid at home? Because what they want to know is because you're missing things with a child.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So can you?
That was difficult, man. There was a lot of birthdays missed, and for the first few years of Cameron, who's now 24, the first few birthdays that she would have, it was her birthday's in March. And that's when the touring kind of starts to pick up for the year. And for years, she never had a birthday party on her actual birthday. It was always a week after, or maybe in April. It was whenever I could be home, or I wasn't there for it. That stuff is hard. And this was, it's cell phones, but at least now you can FaceTime and see your kids and your wife and stuff. But it was difficult. I missed a lot of stuff. And I'd always, when I'd leave the house, I had this sadness. And then eventually, you get to the bus and you settle in, you're like, okay, cool. The worst ones that I'd have to deal with were when we were going out west. And we were usually gone in the summer for like maybe 2 weeks straight. And summertime, Maria was working. So the kids are either at the Boys and Girls Club or the YMCA or daycare, and they're not getting to experience the summer. So when we started to get a little less busy, I had to definitely plan ahead. I'd have to look at the schedule and be like, all right, I have 3 days at home, 1 day to cut grass, one day to maybe take them to the water park or do something fun, and then the third day pack and leave. So you have to definitely think ahead about that stuff and stay on top of it. Because if I would wait till I got home to figure out what we were going to do, it was too late.
Right.
And then I'd totally adjust my schedule. I didn't miss a ton of holidays. We would usually have like Thanksgiving off, and definitely Christmas, Easter, stuff like that. But the summer was the toughest one, because the kids are out of school. They want to do stuff. On the vacations, man, I don't think we went on an actual vacation in the summer until maybe 8 years ago. Most of the vacations took place in the off time. Like when the kids had a fall break or a spring break, we would plan it then. I remember one time it was one of the vacations we took, we were going to Disney World. Cameron, Carter, Maria, myself. A week before we leave, we get booked on The Voice. And then there's a tornado that hits Oklahoma. And we're doing The Voice and then flying to Oklahoma to do a live TV special to benefit the tornado victims.
Right.
So I had to fly out 2 days early from Orlando to California. So the family stayed and I had to leave early. That was a little difficult too. But you can't complain about that stuff because you're on salary and you're kind of on call. If something happens, you got to go. You can't complain and say, oh man, I got a vacation scheduled. You have to get somebody else. There is no subbing. You don't sub out your gig. If you sub your gig out, you're probably going to get replaced. That's not an option. So anytime we would get a schedule and we saw that there was a 2 or 3 week block of Blake maybe going hunting or going somewhere,
right,
that's when you plan your vacation. And they've been really good about that.
Didn't you have it one time where you were on a cruise and you had to leave the cruise?
No, that never happened.
No, I thought there was one where you had to actually leave early or something.
No, not on a cruise. I'd be screwed if that was the case.
That would have been bad.
Yes, it would have.
Yeah.
But Blake could have gotten his helicopter to come get me. So it would have been fine. Yeah.
So, and then the other question is, they said, I think this is a student, a young person.
Mm-hmm.
Question. When did you know that you had the ability to say, I need to move to Nashville?
I think I realized that probably around 1995, 94, 95.
How old were you?
Because I was at that point, I was probably 23, 24.
Okay.
And the reason I felt that was because, first thing, being from Louisiana, this area especially, there's phenomenal musicians here. There's something in the water. There's something, you just have it. And when local musicians are giving you compliments and encouragement, that's the first step. And then when we would open for different national acts, right, I would always pick the brain of guys on tour, especially the drummers. And so we would open. I had talked to them throughout the day, and they would check out a couple of songs. They wouldn't watch the whole show. But Dave McAfee, who at that time was playing for Brian White in Pearl River,
okay,
who went on to play with Toby Keith and is now with Aaron Lewis. Dave McAfee was one of those guys. I talked to him after a gig and told him that I might want to move. He's like, dude, you have to move. You can't do it from here. And encouraged me to do that. If I didn't play well, he wouldn't have told me that. And he was cool. I got his number when I moved to town. I let him know I was in town, and he was very encouraging. So that's when I started to realize, because it's a different level. Like, you're in Louisiana and you feel confident enough to make the move. You make the move, you're starting over. You have to rebuild that confidence because you're in a different pond. You just left the small pond. Now you're in the big pond. And then you have to start, you need to have the confidence and the determination to hear no, to get rejection, to play crappy gigs, but still work on your craft. And so then it kind of reset when I moved to Nashville. Then there's a self-doubt. They're like, oh man, I'm never going to get a gig. You audition, you don't get the gig, and you're just kind of struggling. And then I contemplated several times moving back to Louisiana. and just saying, you know what, this isn't for me. I'm not going to make it. And then, man, God steps in and something happens and you stick with it. And then you finally get that first gig. And it was the Shane Miner gig for me. Now, did Shane Miner go on to become a huge star? No. He's a great songwriter.
Right.
But then that gave me the confidence to realize, wait, I can do this. And then the networking from that gig led to the next gig. And with each gig, you kind of build your confidence like, okay, then you get your footing. And then you get the Blake gig and get fired a year later because you're cocky. So, yeah.
And the guy that kind of saved your job at that point was Toby Keith.
Yes.
So kind of like full circle there from Dave to Toby.
Yep, totally. Yeah.
But what kept you in Nashville, though, was meeting your beautiful wife.
Yeah. What kept me in Nashville and still with my wife is that her mother thought I was a magician.
That's right.
Yeah. And she was very disappointed to find out that I'm a musician, not a magician.
She thought you were going to pull some rabbits out of that.
That's a good job.
That is.
You can make money doing that. Musician,
but
never going to make it.
Nashville, though.
Yeah.
The rabbit out of hat.
Right.
Mm-hmm. You probably had to move to Vegas.
Maybe so, yes.
So, all right, there's a couple of questions that of course I overlooked the last few weeks, and I'm sorry, but we did get to them, and some very important answers. I think. I mean, a lot of people don't. A lot of people think that, well, you know what, we'll fly home. You know, they must fly home for the wife's birthday and the child's birthday, and you know, then they get back on the road or whatever. But that doesn't work that way.
No. It all depends on the artist. If they're starting out, they can't afford to do that.
Right.
But as they get a little bit more successful, those are actual options where, yeah, you can either fly home or stay out, which last week was one of those situations where if I had kids, I would have flown home and been there like a day and a half and then gone to Florida.
If you'd had small kids.
Right. But now that my kids are grown, I was like, yeah, I'll go to Naples, Florida and stay at the Ritz-Carlton for 3 days. Yeah.
So there you go. That's what it takes to be on the road. And that's also what it takes to get your chops all together and head to Nashville if you think that you're at that level. Because even for me to go down to Nashville from Wisconsin, it's amazing to watch the players, Broadway and all around Nashville, the players, compared to the local players here in Wisconsin. It's amazing, the difference. And you can tell it right away. You could be walking down the street on Broadway and hear the difference in a player.
Oh, yeah.
And it's funny because, and I tell this story a lot, I've told it when I was on the radio. I remember wheeling down the street, and I don't know if you were with us that night, but there was a couple other people, and all of a sudden they heard somebody playing, and they went, oh, that must be somebody new. Let's step in here. Like they heard something out of somebody, one of the musicians, and they said, that guy must be new. It's like the ones that kind of work down there like you're doing now on Broadway. It's like everybody knows everybody. So when the new player comes to town, you guys know it. It seems like.
And I was also, though, you say as somebody new, when I started playing down there, I was that guy. I was basically starting over. And Lord knows I screwed up many a song. And I'm sure someone was walking by saying, dang, who's that guy? He's terrible. That was me. So
the train wreck inside must have been horrible to listen to. Well, thank God you met me and I gave you a couple of tips right there on Broadway of how to, drum a little bit.
Man,
helped you out.
Sometimes the inspiration comes from very differing places.
So we should talk about what happened this week with the games. So we just got done with week 12. And we'll start from a big win for the Texans on Thursday, 23-19. Like I said, the Colts and Chiefs, 23-20. The Colts lose that one. Chiefs back on the winning track and now play the Cowboys, which we'll talk more about again coming up in a bit. It was the Seahawks over the Titans, but the Titans stayed with them for a while. Scored 24 against Seattle. And and then, of course, the Packers, which we'll get to. Packers won 23-6. I'm still not happy. Because
take it for what it's worth, Jeff.
It's a win. It's a win, and I'll take the win. But this is going to be a big game this coming Thursday now, Thanksgiving Day. First game of the day. Be a big game. Jets and Ravens. Ravens win 23-10. I think the Ravens, now 5 in a row?
Yeah, I had a feeling whenever they would get
Lamar.
Lamar is still one of those guys that, he's been MVP, but can he really lead the Ravens to the Super Bowl?
Right.
Jury's kind of out. But having him back is a huge, huge thing.
Especially when you got the Jets. But the Lions and Giants, the Giants had them. Oh, man.
Boy.
I thought, Winston's finally going to get a nice win, and then they blew it. 34-27 overtime. Another one, I thought the Steelers had them because you don't know what it's like opening up your Facebook and hearing from your friend Chris Neville saying, "Are you going to talk about the Bears today?" No.
Why not?
Because, first of all, they haven't played really a professional team. They played a team Sunday. They played a team, the Steelers, who was without the greatest quarterback to ever play the game. And so they win 31-28, whippy. So then we had the team that I think that I'm most surprised at is the Patriots, but a big injury to their left tackle, Will Campbell from LSU. And now it says that he's probably not – he's going to miss a couple of games maybe, but that's a big loss for them. But
look at the lead that they have in that in the AFC.
Yeah.
So they have some room.
And then Shador showed everybody. Got a coach fired.
Yeah. But he didn't get the game ball.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
But we're going to talk about game balls when I get to the Green Bay Packers. 24-10 is
hey, your van's ready.
24-10, the Browns over the Raiders. And then Jaguars 27-24 over the Cardinals. And then, like I said, the Cowboys come back from 21 down to beat the Eagles 24-21. And the Falcons over the Saints 24-10. Buccaneers get beat by the Rams. Rams look really good with Devontae Adams, with Stafford.
Devontae is the happiest he's ever been. He's saying he's having the most fun he's ever had.
That's what he's saying.
And then Baker's got a shoulder problem, so he might be out.
I mean, let's face it. He's had some good years in Green Bay, but having a good year in Los Angeles has got to be better than having one in Green Bay in November, right? Or December.
Oh yeah. Do you remember when the Cowboys played the Rams in the preseason?
Yes.
And it was Dak Prescott, the owner of the Rams, and Jerry. Stan Kroenke is the Rams owner. And they're talking after the game. They lost the game, but Dak said, "We'll see you in the NFC Championship."
And it's probably not going to happen.
Is that prophetic?
No, it's probably going to be the Cowboys and Packers.
No, it won't.
That's what I'm thinking. And then last night, the Cup check ball game.
Cup check, yep.
And 49ers won that 120-9.
Yep.
Some of these things that are happening with these players, Tracy,
what's going on? Are we back in middle school?
They got to be thrown out and suspended for I know that happened at the end of the game, but these things got to be taken care of. They got to be suspended because that's ridiculous. Yeah. So
that's great. Spitting on someone, that's gross.
Yeah.
But like Shanahan said, getting punched in the balls.
Yeah.
I mean, why are we doing that? Settle it on the field and not, hitting someone or spitting on them. So
that was a crazy thing for that ending of that game. So
I will say this, man, there was a lot of disgusted Saints fans at Buffalo Wild Wings. They had all the opportunities, and the boy wonder didn't come through.
I think there was a lot of disgusted fans with San Francisco last night because Purdy did not look
Purdy.
the part. Yeah, did not look pretty.
Well, he's been out for a minute. I mean, he needs to get his feet back.
Okay.
He'll be comfortable. But think about what the 49ers have done while Purdy was out. That was a pretty solid play.
Mac Jones.
Yeah, exactly. Another quarterback that goes to a different place and plays really well.
So the Cowboys got the Chiefs. Who do they got then next week?
So they got the Chiefs, and then they got the Lions.
Okay.
And then Commanders, Giants, Commanders. No, Vikings. We got the Vikings. We have the Commanders one more time, the Vikings, and we have I need to look at the schedule. I meant to make a note of that. So here we are. We have Detroit after Thanksgiving. Then we got Minnesota. We got the Chargers, Commanders, and Giants. That's what we got.
Keep talking.
Okay, so
so you got to worry about Detroit, but we're going to put them. We're going to give them a loss this week, so maybe they'll be down in the dumps for when you guys.
Okay, so if I'm looking at the schedule, first off, we got to beat the Chiefs. We don't have much room for error. If we go 5-1 in the next 6 games, I think we have a good shot. But I'd rather go 6-0, which maybe I'm being the eternal optimist and thinking this relationship is going to work out.
Right.
We can beat Kansas City. We can beat Detroit. I think we can beat Minnesota. I don't know what the Chargers are.
Up and down?
Yes. We're definitely going to beat the Commanders, even though Jaden Daniels might be back by then. And we're definitely beating the Giants. So 10 wins. I feel pretty good about getting in. We've had 2 losses. It's going to get a little bit hairy.
Yeah.
So
now my Green Bay Packers, let's talk about. So when Greg Olsen, I don't know if you watched, did you get a chance to see the Packers down in Louisiana or not?
It was on, but the audio wasn't. So I was watching it.
Greg Olsen was even ripping on Matt LaFleur about
I bet you loved that.
Well, it wasn't, what he was saying is this, it's common sense because you can't run, and then, throw, everybody's going to know what you're doing. The offense is so bland right now. I mean, you got talent and everybody's going, well, you get Reed back at wide receiver and oh boy, they're going to go. They got talent now and they're not pushing it down the field. For some reason, that's not LaFleur's way of, I watched last night with the 49ers and then watching the Rams a little bit. The Rams pushed the ball down the field. Okay. I don't understand if he comes from the Rams head coach's tree, why his plays don't look like those plays. Now you watch the 49ers, some of those plays do look like the Packers. And I just don't understand why he doesn't want to open it up. I'm like I told you last week, I'm beginning to think it's Jordan Love. He doesn't want to take training wheels off, and I don't understand that because, unless he doesn't believe that Jordan's the guy, well, then if he doesn't believe that, where's that going to? You got to open it up. You got to get these stars that they do have at wide receiver down the field. And it's really bland. And yes, we'll take the win, of course. It's a win. But the defense is carrying them. Micah Parsons, I know everybody says, well, there's sometimes he quits on plays or whatever, and he's not very good with the run. Boy, Minnesota tried everything, even in holding, and didn't get called for it. He's taking on 3-4 players. He's pushing them around. And did you see where they were giving him the game ball, and he said, no, give it to Emmanuel Wilson, the running back?
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
That's a team player right there.
Didn't he tie Reggie White for most sacks in the first 4 seasons?
Yeah. It's amazing what he, I watched him with Dallas, of course, but now that he's on my favorite team, it's like now I'm watching him every play almost.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering what he's doing and what's going on. And it's amazing. But it makes me mad too at the same time. Makes me happy watching him just gut everything out and take on the people. But it pisses me off on the other part of it because we can't get anybody else home.
Yeah, still working on that.
When we
haven't found that magic recipe.
When he's taking on 2, 3, sometimes 4 people, and we can't get anybody else home to the quarterback. Come on, Tracy.
I know, but we talked about that.
So, what happens on Thursday with the Packers? It scares me because they play Detroit, but the nice thing about it, they won't have to worry about the weather. What's going to be happening this week. But it scares me because Detroit can have one of those games. Now, what makes me a little bit happier is that with Micah, we could probably push Goff off his spot a lot more than what we were before Micah, which I think Goff has a rough time when he's pushed off his spot.
Mm-hmm.
If he's got to move around or anything like that. Now, of course, that rush is going to help our defensive backs cover those guys. That's the other part. But we also don't need that running back from Detroit.
Oh, he had a big game.
Yards a pop either, What do you have, 15 rushes for 245 yards? I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, he had the walk-off too.
So we can't have that. So where do I put the Packers on Thursday? I think it's a game they can win, but they can't win the way they've been playing. They're going to have to open this up. And I would like to see, where's all the plays from a couple of years ago when they beat Dallas, when Jordan Love had that great game and, the receivers had the great game. Where's that game? Where's that play calling? All of a sudden we don't have that. And I want to know why. Is it because we got the turnovers early, we switched that game around, and then all of a sudden it became fun for LaFleur to call those plays?
I think the pressure was off because our defense wasn't stopping them. Our offense wasn't scoring. So you can open up the playbook a little more, but maybe with these, depending on the flow of the game, maybe his play calling is a little more conservative.
So I believe that the Packers can go into Detroit and win, but they got to open it up. And I believe that, again, I'm going to put it on the line. If the Packers lose to Detroit, lose to the Bears, which I don't see the Bears loss, but if it would happen, LaFleur has to be on the hot seat.
Yes, I would agree.
Now, does he get fired? I'm not saying that. I'm saying the seat gets hotter.
Oh, yes, definitely.
So, and you can almost kiss probably the playoffs away if they lose the next 2.
Yeah, because those division losses count almost double.
Right. And you got to remember, everybody that's looking at this, you got to also remember that the Packers last year, I think, were 1-5 in the division. Well, now they got 2 wins, okay, in the division. So these next 2 wins really flip from what they did last year, if they can get wins. So am I happy with the win? Yes, I'm happy with the win. Am I convinced that the Packers are a playoff team? Defensively, I think we are. Offensively, I don't think so. So, but I say that they beat the Lions 23-20, and the field goal kicker for the Packers actually wins the game for the Packers. That's what I believe. And then they'll also get a win against the Bears, and then it's LaFleur's kind of cooling off a little bit and can maybe go the rest of the year and not worry too much. But he's still going to have to win. So that's where we're at, I think. And so let's go back to the Cowboys. But
before you leave that, there's just one thing. There's a great kicker that played for the Raging Cajuns. Kenneth Almendarez, Kenny the kicker, Lou Groza award winner. Why isn't he getting a call, but they're going to call old Massage Tucker to go kick somewhere?
I don't know.
Call Kenny the kicker. He won't be weird in a massage.
We didn't talk.
Like
we didn't
Tucker.
talk. We didn't talk about Tucker. The massage thing. Did we see that coming? Did anybody see that coming with the old massage thing with him?
No,
the great
so.
opera singer. I didn't.
I didn't either.
It was a shock. I thought, well, what, him and the guy from Cleveland going for
Deshaun Watson
going for massages together or what?
I don't think they're going together, but they had the same idea.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
inappropriate.
Crazy. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
Some of these guys that get themselves into stuff like that, it's just crazy. Oh, yeah. It's like that Georgia offensive tackle or offensive guard, whatever he was, getting arrested now this last week.
Yeah.
Yep. So Raging Cajuns, let's talk about that real quick before we get to the Cowboys, and we'll wrap this up. What did they do last week? They beat.
Oh, man. They made Butch Jones big mad. Big mad. I was worried about Coach Dez because in that first quarter, I thought Coach Dez was going to blow a blood vessel. Then we got multiple penalties, some self-inflicted, some just stupid. But guess what? Raging Cajun tough. We made that stop at the end of the game. Made Butch Jones big mad. I think Butch Jones, man, if you saw at the end of the game, he was just yelling. Nobody was around him. He was just yelling. And he was pissed.
Mad.
Yeah. So that's your team. They lost. Now it's ULM. That's a winnable game. That puts us in bowl eligibility. Oh. Let's go. 2:00, Cajun Field. Be there. You ain't got nothing else to do. LSU's terrible. Lane Kiffin's not coming. Forget about it. Go see the Cajuns.
And I got to talk a little bit about my Badgers. Luke Fickell. I've liked this hire since they announced it. When he was at Cincinnati, came to Wisconsin, had a rough couple of years now. But boy, when he can go out and get his team ready, keep them above water, and they beat Illinois, Brett Bielema, who used to coach at Wisconsin, left Wisconsin because he wanted to go coach in the SEC, goes down to Arkansas, gets himself fired. Then he comes back to Illinois, and when they can go in with the year that they're having, go in and they really did a good job. Defense was crazy. So good for the Badgers. And there was recruit weekend. They had a bunch of recruits in town celebrating the victory. Hope that brings some of these people to Wisconsin. They need a good recruiting class, and they need some good transfer kids too. And Wisconsin can turn this thing around next year. Mm-hmm. So, and they asked him, they said, do you think you can get in? Would you accept a bowl game if you're 5-7? And he said, we'll accept any place to go play, to continue to play. Mm-hmm. So I think that was a very stupid question. That's kind of like the questions that they ask LaFleur sometimes, It was funny because something that I've said all along, the local people that report on the Packers, they like to be buddy so they can take pictures with everybody, right?
Well, they're lobbing softballs at him.
It's kind of like, when you're a disc jockey and you get to go to concerts and you take that quick picture with the star, and then you go and give it to every trade magazine, go, oh, I hung out with Blake Shelton. And here's my picture, That's kind of what they do, these reporters with Matt LaFleur. Well, somebody released a picture of there was 6, maybe 7 reporters all having dinner and drinks with LaFleur. They took a big picture, right? And here's my thing. If you're going to be critical of somebody, how can you do that when you're going to go out to dinner with them and tell him he's the greatest thing at dinner and have drinks? You can't do that. You can't be that reporter then that rips on him. And all of them are, worried about, getting their credentials taken away and everything. I never worried about that. When I went to a show, I didn't care if I got my credentials taken away.
You got thrown out backstage by Billy Ray Cyrus because you were drinking out of his refrigerator.
Yeah. By Billy Ray Cyrus, I got kicked. Well, somebody else got kicked out, and then I was kind of the tag along, so I got kicked out.
Yep.
And it was for taking his Jim Beam rye and whatever else he had in the back. They had a refrigerator, Tracy, that was at that time was in the trailer that was being pulled by the bus. Okay. The refrigerator was like a house refrigerator, and they had it in the back of that trailer on a little generator running it, making sure it was all cold, right? And then they'd lift that refrigerator out and put it right next to the bus's door. Well, of course, we were hanging out with, Billy Ray before, and I had a nice interview with him. Great interview. Wish I'd still have that. I must have it somewhere. And told me he was my buddy and all this kind of stuff. So he goes to the stage. So I thought he said, hey, you're my buddy. Go drink something out of our refrigerator.
Uh-oh.
I guess that's not what he meant.
It's kind of like when someone comes to a concert and they bring a friend and all 5 of their kids. They just assume that they can eat whatever they want.
See, that's not the way, and I don't have enough time to even fight that. But that's exactly, not the way it went down. It's not the way it went down.
That is the way it went down.
I had told somebody, one of my best friends, why are you taking stuff off the bus for these kids? And you just said, well, they got to eat, it looks like.
Yeah, obviously they look like they were like the Rugrats or something. I mean, it's like their SNAP benefits got taken away or whatever.
And let's be clear. That night was the first night I met that person with her kids. She was actually one of your buddies' friends that wanted to get a hold of your band leader at that time, which was Rob, because her friend was a guy that used to help Blake out on the road or whatever. I forget what the guy's name was now.
Oh, I know.
But you all knew him.
Oh, yeah.
And she, all of a sudden, she just kind of like, once Rob brought her in, she was in.
But then the thing was, she knew that you're local and you're plugged in. So she gravitated right to you.
And that was the first time that, that you guys got me with the, she had asked, like in front of me, she had asked one of you, she asked your buddy Tim Moore, actually, if she could get his number. And that was the first time the trick was ever pulled on me. I was on my way home right after, when we got done. And all of a sudden my phone rings. I'm looking at the number going, I don't know who that number is. So I thought, well, maybe something going on in the bus again. Who knows? So I answered the phone. Hi, Tim.
The old switcheroo.
This is Jeff. Oh, no, this is Tim. I said, no, this isn't Tim.
And you're thinking, oh, great.
Yep. My buddy Tim Moore put my number in the phone.
I think Tim was actually doing you a favor because clearly you had chemistry with her. And y'all live close by. You looked like you could be a father figure to the kids. Tim was just saying, man, this might be good for Jeff. So I think he was doing you a favor.
Okay. Those favors are not the ones that I look for. All right.
Okay. I got you.
So, all right. So let's talk about the Cowboys real quick. Thursday. Of course, my biggest thing is the defense has to keep the pressure on the quarterback.
And it's a different situation than what you guys have going up against Jared Goff. We all know what Mahomes is. Right. You can contain, you can contain for 10 seconds, but in that 12th second, he's going to make some crazy play. And that stuff is hard to coach. And I tell you what, man, Eberflus, he's riding high. He's got 2 wins in a row. His new defense will be tested like nothing at all this season. This is going to be a huge test to me. I know that our offense can move the ball. I know that we can score points. Great. Dak's playing great. You got CD. You got George. You got a good running game. Ferguson.
Yep.
We got the pieces. This is the biggest test. This is going to be a test to see where we are defensively. We might feel great. We beat the Raiders. We beat the Eagles. Great. if you can pull off a win and shut down the Chiefs, you may have something. You may show me something, but
All right.
you got to do it. I mean, to me, that's what I'm wanting to see. If we can get some stops on the almighty Mahomes, maybe our defense is putting something together. Maybe Eberflus is a genius. Maybe all those moves Jerry made show that he knows what he's doing. All of this is riding on our defense. Let's say our offense comes out and doesn't produce, we're not winning that game. We got to score fast, got to score early, we got to get stops.
You got to keep scoring.
And still, until there's zeros on the clock, I'm not counting out the Chiefs. If it's a one-score game with 2 minutes left and the Chiefs have the ball, it ain't looking good. That can't happen.
No. Well, we'll see what happens. We got the Packers in the first game with the Lions. It's the Cowboys and Chiefs. And then at night, it is, who is it?
It's Joe Burrow's back, baby.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Ravens
he got his toe back.
So that'll be the day, the full set of games on Thursday, Thanksgiving. Well, you have a great Thanksgiving in Louisiana. Where are you, by the way?
I'm at my brother Tony's house.
That's a nice house. Got a nice
It is a nice house.
In the back.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty nice.
Oh, yeah. There's room for you here.
All right. Well,
yeah.
When I come down for the Crawdaddies, we can hang out at Tony's house.
I don't know if you say Crawdaddies. You're going to hang out probably at the park.
I'll tell you what's really nice is the Mosquito Fest organizer, Caleb, I think.
Caleb. Yeah.
Yeah. He what was really nice is that he actually asked me for a friend on Facebook. That was really nice of him.
Caleb Simon. Yeah, man.
So
got a lot of good stuff happening in Cankton, I tell you.
Bogey says, "Happy Thanksgiving, boys. Enjoy your turducken."
Turducken. You know what that is, Jeff?
I do. That is a turkey and a duck.
And a chicken.
And John Menn made it big.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go Cowboys, he said. I think that's first Bogey's ever rooted for the Cowboys.
See, maybe things are turning.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
So what are your plans for Thanksgiving, Jeff? You going down to the shelter, or are you staying at the house? Or
I'm staying at the house. I'm actually, you know what I'm doing, Tracy? First time ever, because you know how much I love people. Okay.
You are a people person.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a turkey. And last year I had prime rib.
That's fancy.
On Thanksgiving Day. But I'm not going to do that because I'm supposed to cut down on the red meat and salt and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to skip the salt with the turkey, but I'm going to make my own turkey. I'm going to actually roast my own turkey.
Man.
By myself. I'm going to start that early in the morning on Thursday. And then, it's going to be done and probably be done, right around maybe the Packer game, maybe a little bit later. But going to have some nice turkey. Going to have some green beans. Going to have some cranberries. And I don't know what I'm going to have after that. Because I'm kind of on where I'm, away from the carbs a little bit. So probably not going to have.
Yeah. I'm just glad you're not trying to fry a turkey, because you'd burn that whole complex down.
Yeah, we're not gonna fry that. We're not gonna do that. But we're gonna do the old roasting and see what happens with it. But yeah, I'm gonna spend the day because I love people so much. I figured I could catch them, on the other days. I'm gonna take Thanksgiving and just spend it with myself. And
wait, dude, that's gross.
And enjoy the day.
You're going to pleasure yourself on Thanksgiving?
No. I'm going to sit on the couch. I'm going to watch TV all by myself, watch football, like from start to finish. And the way I look at it is nobody will interrupt me. Nobody.
Oh, yeah. Because here's what's going to happen.
I'll shut the phones down.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so shut the computers down. And I'll be able to watch football all the way through.
So here's what's going to happen for us.
Okay.
So we're having Thanksgiving lunch probably around 1:30 or 2. We're going to have
at Tony's
pork. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
We're having a pork roast. We're having ham.
All right.
And my mother has threatened my wife to not dry out the ham. So there's already some pressure there. And we're doing a turkey breast in the slow cooker.
Wow.
My brother Todd is bringing a turkey roll, which it's turkey, but then inside it's stuffed with like garlic and stuff. It's really good.
Right.
And we're having macaroni and cheese, and we're having peas, yams, and cornbread casserole and cornbread dressing.
No badang, huh? Now
We
what
don't
did
really
I say?
have. It's not boudin. Anyway, it's boudin. No boudin. But here's what happened. So
How
that's
come you
going to
don't have
be.
gumbo on
Some people do, but
okay.
I mean, gumbo is like that's just a weekly thing or
Oh,
daily.
right.
Anywhere you go, somebody. Some people do. I said do. They'll have a seafood gumbo or something. But
Okay.
so we'll be able to watch and eat and watch the Packers and the Lions game. But then in the afternoon, we have that little lull between the games.
Right.
And then the second crew comes in, like my brother Todd and my nephew Travis and their
Okay.
kids to watch the Cowboys game. And I will say this, my brother Todd is the biggest Cowboys heckler on the
Oh,
planet.
all right. Gotta like him.
So it's good to know that he'll be there to heckle me at any chance he gets.
Well, let's hope for a win for the Packers and the Cowboys and get to next week because we'll look better after next week's game if we win this week game.
And I
So
mean, maybe between games, we can get a pickleball game in at the park
there you go. Well,
because
it's not dark.
no, it'll be between the games.
Yeah.
Because Cameron's boyfriend Jose,
He wants to beat his stepdad, his father-in-law.
so he's already called me out.
His father-in-law.
So yeah, I know. So I got the Ace pickleball paddles ready, and I've regripped them thanks to Get a Grip.
What a special moment for you and your son-in-law.
Stop.
I'm just saying what he said.
But did I tell you about his basketball prowess?
Yeah. You mentioned that he's like probably in the same boat as like a Larry Bird.
If you were to ask my daughter, that'd be no. But he's athletic, so I'm curious. Like, I've never played pickleball against him.
Does he know
And
that he should not play basketball if he's not good at it when he's with a woman that played basketball like all her life?
it's funny because she'll watch the games and she'll tell us stuff that he did. I'm like, oh man. Like one time he dove for a ball, awesome, and then stood up. No, you can't do that.
And she kept her cool?
No, if she's like her mother, she berated him all the way home about what he did.
How did she
So
what did she think about the Packers and Giants?
she said it was a great game and it was fun and all that good stuff.
Yeah, because her team won.
Okay. So
All
we
right.
get to Jose is a big Packer fan, so he'll be watching the game.
That's why I can't wait for him to become your son-in-law.
What? Just oh man, there's so many things.
Maybe within a year.
You're throwing a lot at me right now, and I feel very triggered.
I don't want you to be triggered.
Anxious.
I don't want you to be triggered.
I don't want to start drinking. It's only 1:30 on a Tuesday.
What time are you going to start? About 2:15?
Well, 3.
Okay, 3.
I got to run a few errands. Oh, get this. So I'm stopping by UL to bring the best equipment staff in college athletics. Some cookies from Caroline's Cookies. My niece, Jenny, she works for Caroline's Cookies as a local, and it ain't Crumble. It's way better than Crumble cookie.
Oh.
Caroline. So I'm bringing in some cookies, some little sweet treats. Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe you can look up a hoodie there that I want to get.
I'm going to check with Ian and see what they have.
Let me know.
Yeah.
All right.
Whatever the cost is, it'll be twice as much for you.
Everybody that watches this later, make sure you hit the like button. Please go over to YouTube. I don't know how many times I got to tell everybody. Go over to YouTube. When you watch this later, go over to YouTube and you like and you subscribe. We need subscribers. Just like we ask people to hit the follow button on Facebook, and we got 1,300. If we could get 1,300 subscribers on YouTube, it would be awesome. So tell your friends, share this. We need at least 1,000
for Annie Agar to even consider coming on.
Yeah. We probably need more than that, but 1,000 that she'll probably at least think about it.
Maybe.
So we'll talk to Annie. We'll send her another note this week. I've been doing it every week, and I send her a little clip that we talk about her. So hopefully she will come on. I know when she probably comes over here and she's only seen a couple of people watching, that's really not true, because some people watch, incognito so that they don't show up. So we're getting more views. So
or they watch while they're having their dinner.
Right.
It's because it's a family show.
Yeah. They're ripping into that bodang and going nuts. So, all right.
Bodang.
You have a great Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, Jeff. You have a lot to be thankful for.
When are you going to head back to Smyrna?
Next Monday.
Okay.
So we won't be able to do the show, but maybe on Tuesday.
All right. We'll see how everything goes, but we'll hopefully be back Tuesday. Go Packers, go Cowboys. We need wins. We'll see you next week.
Yes. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.